Welcome to the MPC Head channel where I talk about music production. This is a week vlog where I talk about what I've been doing during the week and what I'll expect to be doing on the next week. Just kind of like an update into the channel, into whatever I'm doing. And if you guys want to follow that, then stay tuned. Yesterday I woke up early and I went to my friend's house because he has a piano, and I went there to record some samples from that piano. We're maybe trying to put a project together. He's into jazz hip hop, I'm into jazz hip hop. We're gonna try to make something, but in any case I went there to grab some chops. Okay, so this is another thing that I'll be doing throughout the week. I have this recording session about almost an hour, just filled with chords. Just mostly chords that I can assign as new chops. Then when I have that, I'll layer that with other cuts. Like for example, I have this guitar. Just to create different slices that then can be used for music. Right before I went to my friend's house, I stopped by the street market. The same street market where I got this Yamaha. It's right next to my place and they always come up with old stuff. They always have some records there. I go and dig. I try to bring something. It's super cheap, so I don't really care too much. It's kind of like the adventure of finding sound. I love that. And so I brought these two. This one looks a little bit like some religious thing, but there's like this really cool picture in the back of this quartet. So yeah, I brought this one and that one. This is Regine, French singer from the 60s. And yeah, I need to listen to it because I don't know any of these. We'll see what comes out of it. So that's another thing that I'll be doing, listening to samples throughout the week. Okay, I want you to see this beat as well because to me, this is the easiest way to make a beat is just by using one single sample and then using two different pitches. If this is your first time making a beat and you don't know how to do it, you know how to make a good sounding beat, this recipe works almost every time. You just need to find a good sample, pitch it up, pitch it down, and so on. But I'll show you how I do it. All you need to find is a sample that you like. In this case, I have this one. And all you do now is pitch it up and down and you have a loop going. Go to 16 levels and then just use two different pitches that you like and then just loop that. So drums, bass. That's the sample. Easiest way to get a beat done.
You're talking to a machine.
Okay, another trick that I use in almost all of my beats is the extend samples at the end. So why do you want to extend the sample at the end? Well, most of the times you just want the sample to play throughout the whole loop, but you only have a small chop, like the chops I use, like this one. I just need that sound to keep on playing a little bit longer. Well, you have a few ways that you can do that just by going to the modulation, turn the note on, then go to the filter, extend the release time, and then you loop this back and forth. This is one of the ways of doing it. But what I want to do is to loop not the entire sample, but just the last part of the sample. So what I do here is I want to take the loop lock off, okay, and then you'll have the loop section right here. So now instead of looping the entire sample, that's the loop start right there. So that's super easy to do, and it will extend your sample for a long time. And now you can even use the 16s again. I'm also working on this again. I made a pack with all the key groups and share that with the people on Patreon, so all my followers there, they get things like this. Last week I dropped the key group in there, but now I'm redoing it. I'm adding some extra things to it, just making it sound better. Normally what I do is sample 2 notes from each octave. So I have 4 octaves here, and normally I sample the C and I sample the F sharp of each octave. So what I'll be doing this week is that on some of these sounds you can extend. I think you need to extend the sound a little bit longer so you can press it and it keeps on playing. So you can play things like lead sounds where you can just, you know, stay pressing on the pad for a long time. Okay, so you use the same trick of extending a sample with that loop function. You use the same trick for the key groups. Because I only sampled that amount, I want to make that sample extend as long as I'm pressing on the pad, so you have to loop the sample. I'm going to turn the loop lock off, and now you can move the start of the sample. And now it's all about changing the start and the end and finding that perfect spot where you can loop the sample and you won't hear any artifacts. You won't hear the start and end point of the loops. Everything loops really well and smoothly. You're going to work with the X fader as well to fade out the start and the end point. I'm just going to give it some maybe 10,000 just to see how it sounds. Equal power, that's fine. Okay, make sure you also have the 0 snap on. Okay, so here we go. We have a perfect loop going. Let's go into the program. If you just loop it forward, it works fine. Now you can play this key group just, you know, as long as you want. And that's it for my weekly update. I just wanted to share a few things with you. Wanted to show you a few tips of music production, also show you what I've been doing and what I'll be doing through the week as well. I also got my new board, and my old one was super messed up. I really needed a new one, so I'm gonna put some grip tape on this and I'm gonna skate. The winter is coming, but it hasn't arrived yet, so we're free to go outside and skate a little bit. Warm up before each session. I have to do that, otherwise I'm gonna extend, pull a muscle. I don't want that. I want to stay healthy, love skating. I know I'd never show you that, but I do skate. I try to, if I have time, I will go to the skate park. Thank you all for watching the video. MPC Head. Follow the channel. It's all about music production, working with samples. I work with the MPC for a very long time. That's why I made the channel. But I think at the end of the day, it's all down to beat making. It's all down to sounds and how you work with sounds. It's down to making music, and I think that's what the channel is mostly about, even though I do put out tutorials on the MPC. If you love beat making, follow the channel, subscribe to this, and I'll see you on the next video. Okay guys, peace.